I love baseball cards. Got 'em, need 'em, got 'em, need 'em, need 'em, got 'em, need 'em.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Flea Market Antique Mall Pickups video. I can't even speak with what I'm about to show you. It is just so awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping, however you want to put it. This is the second item I'm going to show. I'm going to show two items today. The first item, not so impressive. The second one, possibly, if not the best antique mall flea market find I've ever made. I'll let you guys be the judge. The reason I say this is I've said this multiple times in my own videos or my comments that I've left on other, channels. Usually if the deal is too good to be true, it usually is. Now, this is one of those situations that I talked myself into the gamble, so to speak. If this item is as valuable as I think it is, I just literally stole this. I didn't literally steal it. I paid for what they were asking for it. But I'm going to leave you in a little suspense. You saw it on my video, at the beginning, the page, the still image, for you to click and watch this. So you know that it's a batting helmet, or a replica batting helmet, I should say. But the question is, who signed it? And we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm going to ramble a little bit about one other item first. That first item that I picked up was a Larry Bird starting lineup. And I believe this is a 1988, and there's a tear at the top. The box is not at all in good shape. But this is the back. It's pretty beat up as well, as you can see. But this is the 1988 set. I already have the Michael Jordan. I have a Patrick Ewing and an Elijah one, I believe, too. But I saw this laying on a table. Asked the guy, what do you want for it? And he originally said $5. And I said, that's a little more than I'd pay for that in that condition. I said, that's not, look at the box, it's beat up, it's, whatever. But I really wanted it because it was Larry Bird. One of my favorite players growing up. The Celtics, the whole dynasty. So I said, how about $4? And the guy's like, yeah, I can do $4. So this isn't like a jaw-dropping, pickup or anything by those, links of imagination. But I bought this, then I bought this other item. So I'm not going to bore you too much longer with Larry Bird and why I like him and, thinking this was a great buy. But, a mint copy of this is going for like $15 on eBay. So, and that's shipped. So it's not like I got a hell of a deal there or anything, or a heck of a deal. It's just, I wanted it. I saw it for $4, so I bought it. So now this next thing, to reveal this to you, I don't even know. It's just so dumbfounding that I have this. I couldn't believe that I found this. And I walk into the house with this under my arm, and my wife is like, is that real? I said, well, the helmet's real, but I don't know if the autograph is. And I'm not going to build up too much more suspense, but I found this case sitting on a shelf. And the item in it, this is a football, Ultra Pro football cube. And normally these retail for about $25 with nothing in them, okay? This person had two of these sitting on their shelf. One was a St. Louis Rams football, commemorating their 2001 Super Bowl win or whatever. I picked that up and I was like, okay, $35. That's fair, the cube's $25 in itself. So I thought, that's not a bad deal, but the ball wasn't signed by anybody. I inspected it rather thoroughly. And I thought, well, there's nobody, not an autograph on this, so what's the point of paying $35 for that when I could get this instead? And this helmet was sitting right next to it, and this is one of those cheap replica batting helmets that you can buy, at the stadium or gift shop or whatever. I don't know, 10, 20 bucks, whatever they cost. I haven't bought one in 30 years. But when I saw this, is when I about freaked. Sorry about the blurriness there. I will cover that blurriness up with a still shot of that. I'm going to set it like that so we can look at it. And that's the glare from the light on there. But any of this blurry footage, I'll just throw a still shot on there to cover it up. That's Albert Pujols. I saw that. I'm going to turn this light out. That might help a little bit. Still got the glare from the kitchen light, but I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh. I immediately pulled my phone out. I pulled it out and I'm starting to look, for example signatures. I went to eBay. I looked all over, and if you guys remember from my video a while back, my top 5 minor league baseball autographs, I posted the Albert Pujols autograph, the card that I got signed in person in 2000. This signature is similar to his rookie first couple year signatures when he was in St. Louis. Now, with that said, he no longer signs like this. There are plenty of examples out there. I mean, to start with, again, if it gets blurry, I'll, put a still shot on there, but he doesn't even make his A's like that anymore. He normally loops his A, makes a completely different looking A. The Pujols part doesn't look similar to how he signs anymore either. So my first skepticism on this was, okay, is that real? Now, I took this into a very viable resource. Well, I'll tell you what I paid. I paid $35 for this. Okay, $35 is all that I paid for this. That's in the cube. Now, I stood there and I debated over this, looking at my phone, looking at the images, looking at other autographs, and I decided that if I pay $25 for the cube, if this turns out to be fake, I'm only losing 10 bucks. Second, if it turns out to be fake, I'll let my nephews or whatever let some kids play with it for all I care. Wipe the signature off and they can wear it on their head and go play wiffle ball or whatever with it. But I took the gamble. And I told this individual that deals with autographs, he's been in the autograph industry for a long time, probably just as long as I have, collecting them. And I brought this into him and I said, what do you think? And he looked at it. The first thing he says, well, that's an early autograph of his. He doesn't sign like that anymore. He's like, I don't have many in my store anymore since he's left the Cardinals. I don't have access to them like I used to. And I occasionally get some stuff from the Pujols Family Foundation that comes through here. People will come in and try to sell it to me, but I never can get it cheap, so that's why I don't have them. I mean, he's your essential card shop owner that, just like in any other business, whether you sell comic books, cars, whatever you sell, you buy cheap and you sell, for a markup or whatever that is. Well, this individual said, I rarely get his, authentic stuff in here because I have to give an arm and a leg to get it in the first place, and I can't make money off of it. His autograph market is so hard to, to get legit autographs from him. Now, if he decides to retire, come back to the St. Louis area, again, he has a foundation here. He's from the Kansas City area. I know he puts a clinic on every year. Maybe after his post-retirement years, after he's done playing for the Angels or whoever he winds up playing for to finish, maybe he'll be more available for autographs. But right now, as he's a very busy guy, he's been playing for, the latter part of the last 18 years. So it's hard to get access to Albert like he used to, in the St. Louis area. He might only come there a couple months out of the year at most in the off season. So this individual, on a scale of -2 being the worst and +2 being the best, with 0 being in there as well, he felt that this particular item, his gut feeling, seeing sight unseen, not seeing Pujols sign it, he felt that it was a 0 or a +1. He wasn't 100% it's a +2, but he was, a 0 to a +1. Now, it could have went the other way, -1, -2. So that's, almost 3 negatives away, I guess you would say, from being fake to, being authentic. So he gave it a +1, or a 0 to +1 on a scale of, -2 to +2. So I thought it looked good. I have my signature to compare it to, but you just never know. Now, with, the few things that I pointed out, this is very comparable to the signature that I have on that card. The second thought that came to mind was, if I were to fake this, okay, I don't condone people faking autographs. That is the most horrendous, horrible thing you could ever do to somebody, is fake an autograph and try to sell it or trade it as legit. That is, if you ever want to get on my bad side, try to sell me a fake autograph. That's all I have to say. I will never deal with you again if you do that. So, just from a collector standpoint, from somebody that's been in this hobby for a long time and actually gotten Albert when he was still young, and again, I haven't seen him in 20 years almost, so I can't speak for how he signs now or how, what his autograph looks like. If you were to fake this, odds of you faking the old signature are pretty slim compared to the new signature. Because the old signature, there's not a whole lot of examples out there to go off of. I would think if somebody's trying to fake one of these, they would try to fake the current signature that he has. The signature with the A loop and whatever. And I may throw a few still shots up of what I'm talking about on some certified autographs, as I'm explaining this. But I would be more inclined to see somebody fake that as opposed to fake, the minor league autograph of his. Now, this individual also told me that he has seen this autograph before, and I told him that I had the Jose A. Pujols autograph in my collection. And he said a long time ago one came in and he saw it and he, had a connection with somebody that authenticates cards. I don't know who, whether it's with Spence or PSA or Beckett or whoever. And he took a picture of the card and he sent it to his authenticator and he said, well, what do you think of this Pujols? It's signed Jose A. Pujols. He almost let it walk out the door. And the authenticator emailed him back and said, you better get that card. As a matter of fact, I'll buy it from you for like $600 to $700 if you buy it. Now, obviously, the card shop owner didn't pay that for it, and I'm sure he made a pretty handsome profit on that, whatever. That's why you're in business. I get that. But this was his honest opinion, his gut, sight unseen reaction. The second thing I want to point out about the autograph is, if you were to fake this, would you use a silver paint pen? I mean, I'm not saying that people don't go out and buy silver paint pens, but could you not as easily fake this with a black or a blue Sharpie? That's all I'm saying. Yes, it looks beautiful, you know, the way it is. Now, here are my theories, okay? And maybe my theories are right, but I never will 100% ever know if this is a real autograph unless I have it authenticated, okay? I get that. Now, my theory is based on this, with the other two factors that I threw out there with the Sharpie and the type of signature that it is, a rookie signature versus his current signature, is I have heard, in fact, that every year the Cardinals have what they call the winter warm-up, okay? And I have heard that Albert was in attendance at this his rookie year, meaning the year that he was supposed to be slated for Memphis, and we all know the story. Bobby Bonilla went down with an injury, and Albert got his spot on the roster, you know, right at the end of spring training, and the rest is history. So the year, his rookie year, it would be, he was slated to go to Memphis because they weren't sure what they had of him. Well, Bonilla went down and Pujols got the job, and the rest is history. He's never gone down since. But word was, from other St. Louis collectors, was that he was at the Cardinal Fan Fest, or whatever, that year, and he was a free autograph with admission. Meaning, you paid the 30, 35, 40 bucks to get in, and they have autograph lines for known commodities, you know, like, say for, you know, Mark McGwire was still on the team, you know, you'd have to pay $75 to get McGwire or whatever. But with your paid admission, they'd always, and I think they still do this to this day, I haven't been to one in years, that you get a stab at whoever the freebies are, you know. And I heard that Albert was at this signing free autographs his rookie season, or, you know, between his rookie season and AAA season. So, as a collector, not knowing what you have, one might have one of these in their bag or whatever, and they would go up and just simply have Albert sign it because they had nothing else for him to sign. So that could be a possible origin of where this came from. A second thing that I thought of is maybe, since it's in the cube, that maybe there was some sort of silent auction charity thing that took place, and this person bid on it and they won it, you know, and it was already pre-signed in the auction or whatever. So you just never know. In closing, wow, is all that I can say. I hope this is real. I don't know if it's real. I would love to hear your guys' comments out there. You know, did I find a good deal? Or did I pay $35 for a dud hat and a cube? You know, either way, I look at it this way. I kind of view it as trying to buy a scratch off or a lottery ticket. You go in, you spend your $2, you hope you're going to win it big. This is how I view that. You know, if I lose $35 over this gamble, then I do. I'll pull the helmet out, put a football that I get signed in there, and the football will be in there then. And I'll throw this to the side with some of the other fake autographs that I have in my collection. I may do a video someday of me being burned on some of the items that I purchased in the past. Call it being gullible, call it being, you know, somebody that just didn't know the hobby as well as they do now. You know, I have some fake autographs or questionable autographs in my collection that I have deemed fake, and, you know, other experts have said, yeah, those are fake, that I just thought were too good of a deal to pass up, and turns out they were, because they weren't real to begin with. So I might do a video on that, on my autograph tips and discussion sometime. But tell me what you guys think. I'm reaching out to the YouTube community, the other autographers out there, saying, what do you think? And again, this is his rookie signature, okay? Again, thanks for watching. This is possibly a centerpiece of my collection or it's a piece of crap. Let me hear your comments and let me know what you guys think.